this shit right here, yes, this just hit the timeline, and I like literally just saw this right before I hopped on here. Now, this is a messy shit. Now, this is involving Draya and Laura from Basketball Wives. And when I tell you, I had no idea that the two of these chicks had some type of beef back in the day. Oh no! You wouldn't have been able to tell me. Like, what? So let's get into what Laura had to say about beating the fuck out of Draya after finding out that her ex Gilbert Arenas sent Draya $25,000 and brought her out to Los Angeles. She says, I picked her up by her pussy and collarbone and threw her, and then I spit on her. Now Laura, like the fucking neighborhood talk said, not Laura thinking she on motherfucking baddies. Like, what? Like, motherfuckers in the comments was talking shit. Like, I saw somebody say in the comments, like, we saw Draya fight. We don't know about you. Like, or didn't you do the same shit to Shawnee and whatnot? So, like, people had a lot to say about Laura even coming out having a problem with Draya fucking her man. Because apparently she did some shit with Shawnee, which I didn't know nothing about that either, but this is what people in the fucking comments are saying. I ain't saying this, but this is what motherfuckers in the comments is saying. So, let's get into the actual shit that she said about Draya. Take a listen to this.
Gilbert said on his podcast, I believe he was with Nick Young.
Mm-hmm. He told me that story.
Did you see that story where he pretty much talked about what Draya was doing in the backseat and all that stuff? What do you have to say to that about you, Draya, and the Gilbert thing?
So here's what I would say about that. Let me clean that up, because people were like, oh my God, Laura's just a bully, even 10 years ago. Like, oh, she's a bully, she's bullying her. So Gilbert told me that story about Draya. He had a lot to say, and I remember in the context, I think we had broken up, and he was like, well, this is what I did, right? Like, I messed with this girl from Philly, and
Draya from Philly?
And that, she only in the car, and blah, blah, blah. At the time, they brought her on Basketball Wives. Draya was brought on Basketball Wives as a friend, if I'm not mistaken, to my sister.
Gloria.
I remember, that was it. And guess what? I liked her. No idea that she was there being...
And Gilbert said on
Gilbert's jump off. I had no idea. So then when I found out, it was when I was going through some papers at the house, and I saw that he had given her $25,000 and brought her to LA.
I'm Carla. What?
Let me tell you what I did. Remember finding the paper.
Oh,
the time. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? You help me help you. Where are we supposed to go with this? Because everything at the time, I told you, anybody could get it. I never have a problem till we have a problem. We got a problem. And you're in my face though. And I was her friend. I'm like, she used to do my quotes on my Instagram and tweets. She used to be like, no, take that off, do this.
It was fucking your nigga. It was fucking your nigga.
You do me like this?
So wait.
I'm gonna do you like that.
So you're saying while Draya and you were on the show together and y'all were developing this friendship and she's in your face, y'all cool as shit, all the while she is sleeping with your man.
Fucking your man.
Facts.
Knowing that that's your man.
Facts.
Wow.
The time.
Bring me. Got the young boy.
This was the video that he said about Draya.
Yeah, they only knew. But like I was shocked too though. Like that day when I was riding home with Philly in the car here. I don't know if I can tell that story. If you want me to tell that story.
No, she's a mother now.
She's a mother now, yeah.
I ain't like this shit when he did it either though. I really didn't. I thought there was some real corny ass shit that he did that.
That's when Spikey P was like, okay, man, this is what NBA is about.
Hey, listen. Hey, NBA, listen, I'll let you know this is...
Yeah. Well, I'm riding in the car, he in the back seat. I turned my head into against
No.
What was you doing in that back seat, Gil?
Fucking
What was you doing in that
niggas.
back seat? You went to the strip club.
See, these niggas really talk way more than fucking girls nowadays. If not gossip, just about the fucking same. Because this really was not, this did not have to get put out there. Like, We did not have to know that about Draya. Now, I will say this. Ever since I've came to knowing who Draya was and got familiar with Draya from watching Basketball Wives and things, I've always thought she was a beautiful girl. I always thought that Draya was absolutely fucking beautiful. That was a bad bitch. But then I started hearing about all her escapades and things like that, and then she started talking about how she renewed her wholeness and yada yada yada, and it's just like Draya name done been around. And Draya name done been around in some whole shit for a long time. For years and years and years. So I'm not shocked that she was fucking Laura's nigga. But I am a little shocked that Laura felt the need to even come talk about this right now, because like with you and Draya got some current beef, which y'all still don't like each other. Like, why are we bringing this up? Like, I don't know of Laura to be still messing with this guy, Gilbert Arenas. So why are we bringing that up? And then secondly, once everybody is saying that, well, didn't you do this to Shawnee? And let's look at some of the comments, because this is what I saw in the comments. I would have done the same. Cheating is one thing, but you sending that girl money. I need to hear Draya's side, because I seen her fight. I don't know about you mamas. Yeah, Draya socked the shit out of fucking Sunday. If you know, you know. And watching Basketball Wives, Draya socked the shit out of Sunday. And yeah, that was a lie. You beat her up while that man continued to embarrass you. What did you gain? Y'all never hold the men for accountability. Ain't you sleep with Shaq? This is what I was looking for. That's actually what I was looking for. Ain't you sleep with Shaq? It was a lot of other. Didn't she mess with Shaq behind her friend back? I guess her ass whooping still pending. So it was comments like that was in here pretty much claiming that Laura did this to Shawnee. But she did the same thing to Shawnee. Smile on her face, knowing you had a relationship with Shaq. So Laura, if that is the case, how the hell is you bringing your ass up here talking about a situation where you mad that your friend fucked your nigga when you did the same thing to one of your friends, who actually was the boss and the CEO and the executive producer of Basketball Wives? So you can't get too mad, Laura. You can't. Whole shit is whole shit. And when, from what I hear, y'all names been around, especially Draya. But y'all names been around, and y'all deal with the same niggas, and y'all know what it is when y'all dealing with a small group of basketball players who deal with a small group of women, and they all pass these women back and forth around each other. Like, that industry is a mess. It's a very small world, but they all messing with each other. It's just nasty. So, Laura girl, if you fuck Shawnee nigga, and please, I don't want to hear this about you talking about Draya nigga. I just found it to be, you know, just some shady ass tea. Like, oh shit, like you and Draya got back, y'all got it in back in the day. Like y'all threw them hands back today over some niggas. Okay, I ain't that shocked though. That sound like everybody was on some whole shit in their youth and having their fun. Draya, we all know Draya get a bag. Like, she out here being a mom to her new baby and being wifey to her new young dude. So, and making sure she rack her millions up. So she's not out here continuing to talk about fucking your nigga and things like that. She's not going on podcasts doing any of that. And not to shade anybody who do, because Laura, if you want to talk and tell your story, you want to go on podcasts, there's nothing wrong with talking. But Draya's not worried about this. She's not worried about this. It begins to look like you still had this on your mind, or you wanted to make Draya look a certain way in front of the public for whatever reason. I don't know if you still mad at the girl that it happened. I don't know. But like I said, if you did this same thing to Shawnee, girl, blah. Girl, blah. Like, we don't want to hear that shit. We really don't want to hear it.